Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone, from wherever you are watching this from. I want to say welcome to another beautiful moment with Broyemi. It's a moment we all look forward to enjoy beautiful topics in the scriptures. And today we are looking at something very interesting. And mark you me, I'm so excited about this. I'm really excited about it. I want to appreciate everyone who have been calling to encourage and those who call to say, oh, I really want to know about this topic. Today we are looking at different kinds of husbands. I know it will erase a lot of questions in the heart of many people. Different kinds of husbands. What are you trying to talk about? Are you trying to say some husbands are bad? No, we are not looking at that. We are looking at something interesting. And let me start by telling you the purpose, the reason why we are looking at this topic. The reason is because, like I said in something I posted, you see, there's scarcely a woman in the space of her marriage who would not at one point or the other come out and say, I don't like this about my husband. Of course, men do the same thing too, but because I want to talk to women today as a man, and I hope that one day somebody will be able, probably a woman, because of the issues of bias and all that, be able to tell us about different kinds of men. Of women, different kinds of wives. But today we are looking at different kinds of husbands. So let us pray. Father, once again, I want to say thank you for another opportunity to learn at your feet. Lord, as I always ask, Lord, once again, we ask that beyond what can be said and heard, you will cause your word to become flesh in our hearts, and you will change and transform every one of us thereby in Jesus' name. Yeah, let me start with two stories, and then we'll go into the word. We have a lot to look at today, quite a lot. You can see quite a lot, and we don't have enough time. But I'm trusting God that beyond what can be said and heard, He will cause His word to become flesh in your heart. Some years ago, there was a woman, like a big sister to me in church. Then I was attending a church where her husband seems to be like the richest in the church. You know a man who, this kind of men who takes their wives on vacation, international vacations, holidays like this. In fact, there was a time she went on a vacation. I think they first went to South Africa, spent a few days in South Africa, from there to UK, and from UK they moved to the US, and then I think from the US they came to France before coming back to Nigeria. So you can imagine such a woman must have been an envy of so many women in the church. I mean, she had the kind of home that a lot of women look forward to and say, oh, this is the kind of woman home I would like, this is the kind of husband I would like. Then one day, pastor decided, after evening service, decided to pray for all married women, and I observed that she didn't go out. I'm sorry, it's a bit really windy here, so just bear with me. She did not go out. And after the service, I went and said, Sister Lagbaja, and I remember she looked at me and said, Brayemi, do I look like a wife? I said, how do you mean? You are a wife now. He said, look, all of you, look at all your wives. They are with their husbands. All the husbands are going on with their wives. They look at me. Where is my husband? Now, the husband rarely stays at home. In fact, that was the day she told me the husband was coming down from maybe Abuja or thereabout, was already in Lagos, took flight to Lagos, was on the expressway, and called her and said, I will soon be home in like 40 minutes time. And the wife was already preparing everything. And then suddenly the man called again and said, I'm sorry, I have to turn back. I just got a call now that I have to report in UK, London tomorrow morning. And the husband, and she sat down there weeping. Now, why am I driving at? You see, she has the kind of husband that a lot of women out there would desire. Say, this is the kind of man I want. A man that will take care of me, that will take me on holidays. But little do they know the other side of marrying such a man that she was bearing with, that she had to bear with. There was another story I would like to tell you. Oh, I'm sorry for this. I'm really, really sorry. There was a lady I got close to many years ago. One day we were talking, and then she looked at me and she said, Pastor Emi, the first time I met you, I fell in love with your personality. And I began to pray and say, Lord, I want to marry this kind of man. That if not that you are married, I would have said that you are the one I will marry. He said, but now that I've gotten close to you, he said that was about 6 years ago when you first came to our fellowship. But now that I've gotten close to you, I don't want to marry a man like you. Now imagine hearing such a statement. My head went down. I began to calculate. Did I do anything? Did I misbehave? So I asked, I said, why do you think you don't want to marry a man like me anymore? She said, I have observed He said, I've observed that anytime your wife calls, you do everything she asks for. Now, and I observed that anytime I'm with her and some other people and we are going together, I could tell that, okay, these are my plans. From here, I'll go to this place, this place. And then my wife will call and say, dear, please, we need this. I need to buy this and buy that. And I'll say, okay, don't worry. Then I will change my plan to satisfy her. And she said, I don't like a man who does that. That is too, you're not behaving like a man. Now, listen to me. The first time she met me, she said, oh, I like this kind of man. I want to marry this kind of man. But by the time she got close to me, she felt, I don't want to marry this kind of man anymore because of this other side. Now, what we're looking at today, it's not about whether a man is bad or good. But I want you to see, my darling sisters, the different kinds of men that are out there. Because a lot of times every woman believes that, oh, I want a man that is this, that is that, that is perfect. And such men don't exist. The truth is this, you see, no husband is perfect. The best a man can give you is 80% of the expectation. Some will even give you 20 or 10 or 15. There is always a 20% that he cannot give you that you will find in other men. Number two is that, listen, look, all women are hypergamous in nature. What does it mean? To be hypergamous means every woman wants somebody, a man she can look up to. It is natural. There is nothing wrong in it. That is why women will say, I want a man that is taller than me. I want a man that is older than me. I want a man that makes more money than me. I want a man that is this than me. It is okay. The reason is because women naturally compare upward, while men compare downward. Men naturally compare downward. What does this mean? Have you had situations like this before where probably a husband and wife are having misunderstanding and the woman is saying, hey, look at your mate, Mr. Shegun is your mate, he's dropping 200,000 naira every month for the family. The husband is dropping 100,000, but the woman is comparing him to another man that is doing more than him. How would the man answer? The man will say, thank you. At least I'm better than Mr. Agboyega that is dropping 50,000. You see, the man will compare downward, the woman will compare up. And because of this, a lot of times, a lot of women have reasons to believe that they could have gotten a better husband or their husband could have been better. And this has robbed a lot of women of the moments of joy and happiness that they could have enjoyed with the man they have married. Listen to me, some things about your husband will not change. My sister, listen to me. There are some things that are common to all men, all of us, that will not change about your husband. As much as we try to change some things about your man, there are some things that will not change. Until the two of you die, some things will not change. Let me give you an example. I must have shared this story with you before. Some years ago, I think I was going somewhere. My wife called me that I should get some medication for one of my sons. And so I ran at the pharmacy and I asked for that medication. And the pharmacy said, how old is your son? And the moment he said that, I remember I brought out my phone and I called my wife. I said, dear, honey, how old is? And the moment I did, everybody there began to laugh. And I was looking, why are they laughing? They said, sir, you are the sixth person today. You are the sixth man today who did that. That we asked, how old is your wife? I mean, is your child, and they have to call the wife. So it is common to all men. So if your husband is having some attribute, and you feel like, I don't like this, listen, my sister, look, if you divorce him or you complain from today to tomorrow and you go to another person, you'll be shocked that some things are common to all of us. Another thing is this, listen to me. Today we are considering different kinds of men, and we are not looking at whether the man is bad or good. Listen, let me say today, the purpose of this message today, it's not about whether your husband is bad or good. I believe I'm talking to Christians, to believers, most especially. Your husband is born again. Your husband is a pastor. Your husband is a good man. But the truth is this, even though he's a Christian, he belongs to a kind of man, of husband. There are different kinds of husbands. It is not about whether it's bad or good. We're talking about good men now, good husbands, wonderful men. But it belongs to a kind. There are groups. It's just like okay, look at this now. In our town today, we call it rodeo. I'm going to show you some later. And you see vehicles all around, different kinds of vehicles. That is a Toyota there, that is a Jeep there, that is a Honda there, that is a Chevrolet there, different kinds of vehicles. Each of those vehicles will take you to wherever you are going to. But you see, the way you treat and you handle each of those vehicles depends on your intelligence. It depends on you. It is a vehicle, it's a car. But when you know the kind you have bought, then you know how to address that vehicle. So there are different kinds of men I'm not going to talk about today. There are some of you might think, oh, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about that? I'm not going to talk about them. things like mommy's boy husband. You know, the mommy's boy. My mommy said, any little thing is gone to report to the mom. There is a reason why some husbands become like that. That we're not talking about today. We have the military husbands. You know who military husbands are? These are the ones that everything must be done this way, done that way. Then we have the insecure husbands. We have the leader husbands. The leader husbands are those who believe that everything must be done by them. Then we have the supportive husband. We have the laid-back husbands. The laid-back husbands are those husbands who allow you to do everything. They're the ones who say, go and meet your mom. You know what I mean? Children come, oh, mommy, daddy will need this. Go and meet your mom. Oh, daddy, what do you think about this? Go and ask your mom. Hey, daddy, go and ask your mom. They won't disturb you. They will not choke you. They allow you to do whatever you want, but they allow you to lead. There are some husbands like that. Some of you may think, oh, I want that kind of a husband until you marry them. Then there is the absentee husbands. Those are the ones that the husband is in US, the wife and the children are in Nigeria, and he's there for 15 years. He comes home once a year, sends money home, but is never present. Then you have the abusive husband, the selfish husband, the narcissistic husband. One of these days we are going to talk about the narcissistic man. We've come to a point now where, because I belong to some female groups, whether on social media, WhatsApp and all that. Excuse me, I'm sorry for this. Where I just keep quiet because I want to understand how women think. I want to understand the women world. I belong to a number of groups also, male groups, where they are unbelievers. But I stay there, I remain silent because I want to understand their world and how they think. And I found out that it seems we're having a problem now where almost every man now is a narcissist. Every man, this man is a narcissist. My husband is narcissistic. My husband is a narcissist. And sometimes you ask them, do you know who a narcissist is? And many women will not be able to say so. So one of these days, we're going to be looking at a topic I would like to call, your husband may not be a narcissist. Where we are going to really differentiate who a narcissist is. And let you know that the fact that your husband disagrees with what you want does not make him a narcissist. The fact that your husband says we are not doing it this way, this is what we are doing, does not make him a narcissist. So today we'll be looking at different kinds of husbands. Now, and I need you to also know that, you see, when it comes to men, the same with women, there is what we call the outside man, the inside man. Now, for everyone looking at me, the best you know about me is the outside me. This is the outside Yemi you know. He teaches, he preaches, he does this, does that. Because you have never lived with me, you will never know the inside me. And that is the reason why many times we get carried away. This happens to men also. Oh, my wife cannot do this, my wife cannot do that. But you are in the office, you see another woman who could do the things your wife cannot do. Who has the 20% that your wife lacks or your husband lacks? And then you get carried away. And this is the reason why most women I have met, most women who left their husbands, who divorced, have told me that if only I met you and I heard some of these things, I wouldn't have left my husband. Because they feel, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. Oh, if I marry this person, it could be better. Even sometimes in relationships, only for them to get out of those marriages and get married to those men and realize that the man they just met is worse than the husband. Is worse than the man they left. Because something in a woman wants perfection. It is not wrong. But listen to me, my darling sister. When you come into marriage, you need to realize that no man is perfect. Not even Pastor Adeboye. If you are going to get married to... I must have shared this story with you before. I was preaching somewhere in Nigeria many years ago. And I was teaching along this line. And then I asked the ladies there, how many of you would like to marry Bishop Oyedepo? And everybody raised their hands. All the ladies raised their hands. Oh, I would like to marry somebody like Bishop Oyedepo. Oh, he has this, he has that. He's popular, he's rich, he's vocal, he's this and that. And that is beautiful. And then I began to tell them the other side of the man called Bishop Oyedepo. I began to tell them how a lot of times he doesn't stay at home, how it could be rugged, how sometimes he doesn't send the wife, how it could be so busy, how sometimes he will not be home for months. And then I asked them again, how many of you would not like to marry Bishop Oyedepo? And nobody raised their hands. Now listen to me. The reason why we're looking at this today is because I want to be sharing with you the next few minutes 7 kinds of husbands. It's more than I could give you up to 20, but I will just be sharing like 7 with you. Different kinds of husbands. I will tell you the pros and their cons, and I will tell you how to manage them. The purpose of this is this. Listen, if you're already married, you are married to a believer. You're not married to a bad man, to an evil man, to a selfish man. But you discover that this is the kind of man I've married. How do you relate with him to enjoy the best of that man? Listen, how do you relate with him to enjoy the best of your marriage? I found out that, so I've met women, there was a time I was close to a number of women, aged women, grandmothers, and I found out that a lot of them lived a miserable married life because they kept complaining, and they missed the 80% goodness of the man in pursuit of the 20% that he does not have. And many times I see to some of them, I'll be like, listen, mommy, there's nothing you could have done. And many of them will not understand. He could have changed. I said, listen, you cannot change a man. So for some of you who are not yet married, listen to me carefully. Every married woman listening to me now will tell you, you cannot change a man. And that is why your best chance is to get it right within the few 4-5 years of your choosing to choose the right man. The moment you choose him, you've married your kind, you've married the type and the kind. That kind is the one you are going to live with forever. Don't expect him to change. There are some things he might adjust to with time. There are some things he might adjust to with knowledge. But there is a kind of man he is that will not change. Your continuous attempt to change him could lead to the destruction of that home. So are you ready? I'm going to be talking about 7. Like I told you, I'm not talking about whether the man is bad or evil. But I brought out these 7 kinds of men that over the years I've met. I've had to sit down with women at different times to say, look, this is the kind of man you have married. I will just give you like 7. Are you ready, church? Are you ready, brethren? So let's start with this. Number 1 is the man I call the family man husband. The family man husband, a good example in the scripture is the man called Jacob. Jacob woke up one day and said, when shall I provide for my own family? This is a family man. Now, let me tell you some attributes about this kind of men. Number 1, they stay at home. They are always at home. They don't travel around. Number 2, they make family first. These are men who believe my family first, my family first, my family first. These are men who forget themselves. They are the kind of men who don't mind to buy things for their wife, buy things for their children, and they forget to buy things for themselves. They forget to buy things for themselves. Majorly, these are the kind of men who would sacrifice their life goals for their family. These are the kind of men that friends will say, oh, there's this opportunity in Canada. Let's travel to Canada. And the first thing we ask is, can I take my family along? And they say, no, you cannot take your family along. The opportunity is in US. You just be sending money to them at home. They say, no, I'm not going. They're the kind of men that will say that you'll hear, oh, there's this job in Kaduna. And the man will say, okay, how often will I be coming home? You'll be coming home once in 6 months. Say, no, I'm not interested. I'd rather stay with this 17,000 naira job than go for the 200,000 naira job in Kaduna for the sake of my family. They're the kind of men who allow you to spread your wings. My sister, listen to me. When you marry this kind of men, they will allow you to spread your wings. They will allow you to do whatever you want. And many times people look at this one and say, I love this kind of man. A few days ago, I saw a video. There's this video, I don't know if you saw it. There was a man playing with his children in the living room and they poured powder on themselves. I don't know if you saw it. And they were playing with powder, and the man and the children were playing with powder. That is a family man. And many times you look at them and say, I love that kind of a man. I want that kind of man. But wait, let me tell you the other side of those men. Those kind of men don't usually become rich in life. That kind of a man is a family man. A lot of men like that don't become highly successful in life. They are not the kind that buy you a car. They are not the kind that takes you on international trips. They are not the kind. So they are at home. They are family men. Some years ago, my wife and I was having a very serious disagreement. And I remember I looked at her and I said, Adeboye, what do you want? I said, a man that stays at home is never rich. A man that becomes rich does not stay at home. She could not answer me. She could not answer me. Because the truth is, every woman wants a man that is always at home, that is also rich. But such men are rare. They don't usually exist. So if you are married to such a man, how do you deal with him? 2 major things. Number 1, appreciate him. My sister, listen to me. There will always be times of lack. Probably such men will not pay their children's school fees on time. Such men may not be able to buy you expensive things. And so you will have this urge to push him. Your mates are doing this. Your mates are doing that. You should do this too. But in the mind of the man is saying, my family first. The man is making sacrifices. So what do you do with such a man? Appreciate him and don't over-push him. Listen to me. I've seen women who push those men to the extreme, and the man left and they lost that home. Because the moment the man relocates to another station, another town, meet another woman who says, yeah, see a family man, see a man that is kind, and pop, snatches him, and the home is gone. Please don't tell me it should not happen among believers. I'm talking about this happening among God's believers. So that is why we're talking about these things. So number two, because of our time. So the number one kind of man is the one I call family man husband. The second one I want to talk about is the one we call goal-oriented husband. This one I call them Odogu. Odogu, you say anytime I talk about this kind of men, the picture that first comes to mind is some of our Igbo brothers forwarding and exporting and importing. Those ones who called Odogu. Look, these men, sometimes they come as pastors, they come as ministers, they come as businessmen, they come as professors. These are goal-oriented men. These men, their number one priority is their life goal. A good example is the man called Abraham. Abraham got a vision. Leave your father's land, go to a land I will show you. And the man focused on it. Even when God told him to go and sacrifice his son, he did not think twice. He did not even care about the wife. He was not thinking about the wife. All his mind is, I must achieve my goals. I must achieve my dream. I must do what God has asked me to do. So when you see those kinds of men, there are beautiful things about them, my sister. There are beautiful things about them. They are the Odogus. Usually these kind of men are very rich. They are providers. They are providers, men. They are the kind of men who will get home. Let me give an example. They get home like this. Daddy, mommy, welcome. Daddy, welcome. Daddy, welcome. Another. And then I say, hey, children, have you all eaten? They say yes. Rachel, did you give them the ice cream I told you to give them? Yes. What about the chicken? We've done it. Have you done your assignment? Yes. Okay, that's good. And the wife is saying, oh, your food is on the table. Okay, I'm coming. And the next thing, he goes into the room and says, I need to settle something. And then he's on the phone talking about, oh, has that container arrived? Has Chinedu closed the shop? Has this one happened? Has that one happened? Sometimes when they are pastors, they go into their room and the next thing you see them still talking to that person, counseling this one, counseling that one, talking about church activity. They are goal-oriented. But listen to me, brethren, they are usually very rich. But there are some things about them that women who marry such men complain about. Number one is that such men are not usually romantic. You see, all these family force, romance is none of the business. They're the kind of men that could go out of the family for months. It could go for missions, it could go for ministry, it could go for business for 3-4 months, would not look back. Those men are not usually romantic. All this being romantic, say I love you, I don't care about all those things. So those men don't understand emotional connection. I've found out that a lot of women married to such men, they are good men. But all this emotional connection, my wife is not feeling like this, how do I make my wife feel happy? As long as he's provided, he believes he should be happy. So when you keep complaining, you don't love me, you don't care about me, you'll be looking at you like, it doesn't make sense to him because he's a goal-oriented man. These are the kind of men who believe that if I don't achieve my goal, you will leave me. So it's better I achieve my goals and you leave me than to not achieve my goals and you still leave me. You get what I'm saying? So this kind of men focus on their goals. They don't care about romance. Sometimes many of them are pastors. So how do you deal with this? So if you are married to this kind of man, my sister, brethren, I'm sorry, I don't know what went wrong. So let's just continue. I'm sorry for that. I think it's the network. So like I always love to say, you must have observed that I love to talk more about preventions in some of these things. So number one, what do you do? Like I said, communicate what you want early. Don't wait until 10 years, 5 years in marriage before you begin to address, dear, I'm lonely. I don't like the way you do this. Address it early. If it is too late and you want to address at that time, it will look like a rebellion and it might lead to trouble. Number two, join him. Especially if he's into business, join him. If he's into ministry, if he's into ministry, go with him. Anywhere he's going to, he has 10 ministrations in a month, make sure you follow him for 5. And if he's the type that says, I don't want you to follow me, when he goes, go and join him there and raise your hand before everyone. I am Mrs. Adetola, with time, we adjust to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and lastly, is that sometimes you have to bring such men. You have a group of friends. What it means is that you have a group of friends who are romantic, who are understanding, who understand how to be romantic. Sometimes they organize meetings, they organize retreats and all that. Make sure your husband follows you. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure your husband for let him see how it is done. Let him see how they ask couples to dance, how they ask couples to feed themselves. Initially, we'll be looking at them like, what's all this? And they say, oh, present a gift to your wife. But with the time, we will get used to it. I'm sorry once again for the break in that transmission. So let's go on. The third one I want to talk about is the easily angered husband. These are the men who get angry easily. I've had a lot of women tell me, oh, my husband gets angry easily. He's a good man, he's a pastor, but he gets angry easily. So these people could be caring. And many times they could be providers. They provide for their home. They are caring men. But why is it that they get angry easily? That is the part in their life. They get angry easily. So how do you handle this kind of man? You're already married to this kind of man. What do you do? Number one is that identify what triggers it. My sister, I'm not justifying it. Last week we talked about the blessings in anger, and I let you understand that there's a difference between the blessing of, get angry, violence, and getting angry easily. God does not like men who get angry easily. But now you've married this kind of man. Instead of expecting him to change, what can you do to maximize your joy in this marriage? Number one, identify what triggers him. There is always something that gets that man angry. For some men, it is that they hate when they come in and the whole house is dirty. You know that is what gets him angry. Make sure it doesn't happen. For some men, it is the fact that, hey, the way you talk to him, and he keeps saying, I don't like how you talk to me. So what do? Whenever he tells you I don't like this, don't let him repeat it the second time. The moment you identify what hurts him, your marriage will take a new turn. I've had to share this with a lot of women. Oh, my husband gets angry easily. Why does he get angry? He gets angry for useless things. You see, that thing you call useless, if you can address it and make sure he doesn't see it anymore, then you discover that your husband is a new man. And many times a lot of women call back and say, oh, my husband has changed. And lastly, brethren, you see, when you are married to a man that gets angry easily, don't ever use a masculine energy. One of these days we are going to talk about feminine energy. Feminine energy is the kind of energy Delilah used. It's the kind of energy Jezebel used, even though to the negative. Every man dislikes a woman that has masculine energy. There is a how to talk to such men. There is a how to address such men. And you'll be shocked that is a different man. Praise the Lord. Now the next one, because of time, is the one I call the emotional husband. The emotional husband, a good example is the man called Ahab. I don't know if you remember the man called Ahab. That's a good example of him. Now, what is it about this emotional husband? Emotional husbands are the men who are very caring. They are very emotional. They can be very romantic. You must have seen many of them on social media, on TikTok and all this. They're the kind of men who always express their feelings. They're the kind of men who won't hurt you intentionally. They're the kind of men who apologize easily. You tell him, oh, I don't like what you did. And he says, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes they behave like women. They are loved outside. A lot of women outside love such men. They express their emotions. But you know what? They have some buts. Because these men are expressive, they express their emotions. So that sometimes when they are sad, they show it. When they won't feel like crying, they cry before you. You know, unlike they believe that, oh, a real man does not cry. These ones will cry. They will tell you their fears. These are the men who come home and say, I'm going through this, Arumba, me, I'm scared. And because they do this, they have some buts. Women easily disrespect them. They are easily disrespected and they are sensitive to pain. Listen, let me say this. You see, sometimes when I tell women, I say, your husband is a good man, they look at me like, you don't know my husband. I say, listen, I'm not saying your husband is perfect. I'm saying your husband is a good man. And say he's weak. I say, will you shut up and never ever say that? Your husband is an emotional man. He's the kind of man every woman out there, a lot of women out there want. But when they marry such men, they kind of disrespect them because they feel like they are living with another woman. They are good men, but they can be emotional. But let me tell you one danger about them, about such men. You see, when you hurt them over and over, the passion with which they loved you is usually the passion with which they hate you. Because they are sensitive to pain and they are very emotional, they will not intentionally hurt you. But they expect that you don't hurt them. Now, unlike some other men, unlike the goal-oriented men, husband who don't care if you hurt them, he doesn't care if you are crying. These ones are sensitive to your tears. They don't want you to cry. Because of that, you are likely, very likely to disrespect them and take them for granted. There was a woman some years ago who married that kind of a man, and one day I was sharing something like this with her. She said, if I had known what you're telling me now, I would still be married. She was divorced already by then. The husband just walked out of the house. She was telling me some things, she was joking about it. Oh, my husband did it, and I said, and I did, and I told her, say, my brother, my sister, listen, if I were your husband and you did this to me, I will walk out. I said, I will just walk out. I'll just walk out of the house for you. I said, this is highly disrespectful. And she said, could that be the reason why my husband left? The man just carried his bag one day and left the house. And for 7 years, the man did not return. Because he was an emotional man who does not want wahala. So how do you deal with this man if you are married to that kind of a man? Number one, all the man is asking for is your attention. They are the kind of men who love attention. They want your attention. Have you heard sometimes when some women say, my husband is jealous because I'm giving all the attention to my child? Do you know what you're saying? You knew him before you had that child. You knew him before you had the child. And now you have your child. And all you are doing is to give all the attention to the child. And you wonder why he's not around you anymore. Number two, respond to his love. There are men who they just want you to respond. Respond to my love. I show you love, respond to it. But you see, like I said, an average woman married to this kind of men usually lose them within 5 years. A lot of women who marry such men usually lose them, and later on they marry a man that is the opposite of such men, and they wish they return to the man they first married. Because now they say that, oh, this one looks masculine, but he does not care about your feelings. So what do? Respond to his love and listen to his complaint. Listen, those kind of men don't talk. They don't rush to talk. They don't rush to express their emotions. I mean, their displeasure, like an easily angered man. An easily angered man will tell you immediately, an emotional man will look at you and say, there, this thing, I don't like it. I don't like it. Is it possible we change? You don't do this anymore. If it tells you once, tells you twice, and you don't listen, my sister, there is a high risk that at the point when he stops talking about it, you have lost him. He's born again. He will not talk. He'll just be looking at you. A lot of those men are still staying in that marriage, but they've gone emotionally. So when you're married to an emotional man who expresses his emotions, don't take him for granted. An average man don't express the emotions. And every woman will come and say, I want a man that is vulnerable. I want a man and I ask them, when a man is vulnerable, what do? Do you laugh at him? Do you tell him that he's not a man? Do you tell him that he's not mature? The moment you begin to tell him a man that, especially an emotional, in fact, let me tell you this, a lot of other men that are not emotional used to be emotional men. But the moment they were bruised, whether by their girlfriend or by this fiancé and all that, then they learn to bottle up and they don't express their emotions anymore. And then the woman say, oh, that is a real man. That is not a real man. Jesus wept. Real men express their emotions. A good example like that is Ahab. Ahab came home and expressed his emotions. And Jezebel said, don't worry, I will handle it. That doesn't make him an evil man. The next one, because of time, independent husband. Oh my God, let me rush now. I'm running out of time. Independent husband. These people, they could be pastors, they could be businessmen, they could be doctors, they could be anything. They are good men, they are wonderful men, but they are independent men. Who are these men? A good example was King David. Independent men. These are men that are self-sufficient. A lot of times, a lot of men like these are men who were probably forced to marry. You know those kind of men that over the years they've been by themselves, they've achieved almost everything they wanted to achieve in life. They don't really have a sense of need for a woman. And everybody's telling them, oh, you're getting married, you should have married. And then he gets married eventually. You see, they are loved by people. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves them. And this kind of men, when you marry them, they don't disturb you. Listen, they don't disturb you. He wakes up today and say, yeah, my dear, summon me. And you say, leave me alone. He will just leave you. He won't beg you. 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, you are the one that will say, kilo there, say, he will leave you. He asks you, can I get 200 naira there? You say, no, Kosi. He leaves you. They don't trouble you. You wake up one day and say, I want to go for my master's. It's okay. And when you see this kind of men, sometimes you feel, oh, they are the most wonderful men. Especially when their wives talk about them outside. Oh, my husband does not disturb me. Whatever I want, my husband gives me. My husband this. My husband, if I anytime, oh, good. And you feel, oh, I wish I married this kind of man. Wait until you see the but about them. The but about this men is that, number one, they rarely stay at home. They are independent. They can do without you. These people, they don't even miss you. They're the kind of men, sometimes they are pastors, and you see a lot of independent men like that who are pastors, that usually a lot of them have been into ministry before they met you, before they married you. So even after they are married, they are still living like single bachelor ministers. They still go anywhere they want. They can still go for ministration. They can still go for missions for 6 months, for 3 months. They don't care. When they travel, you are the one that will be calling. Have you gotten there? You did not even call that you are gotten there. I missed you. I didn't call. He does not care. He can go 7 days without remembering that he has a wife and children. But he's also a believer. He's providing. He's doing everything for you. Number 2 is that they can do without you, like I said. Number 3, they rarely apologize. This kind of men don't usually apologize. You don't like this. I don't like this. Okay. They really apologize. And the last one is that they always have plan B. Listen, this kind of men always go with plan B. You misbehave, they have a plan B. They will make it clear to you that with or without you, I will achieve my goals. With or without you, I will achieve my passion. With or without you, I will be happy. They are the men that can be happy without you. They are the men that can be fulfilled without you. Listen, I've heard a lot of women say, I love that kind of a man. Listen, you won't know the other side until you marry such men. You won't know the other side until you meet women who are married to such men. Independent men. He can do without you. But he's also a good man. Can I shock you with this? A lot of our fathers in the Lord are like that. Before some of you say, I want to marry this kind of man, I want to marry, he's a lovely man. Some of them don't send you. God forbid, if you die today, they will go on. And yet they are good men. If you worry yourself too much, and because you are angry with him, you don't enjoy your life, you don't fulfill your own life goals, he will look at you and say, did I send you? Did I send you? So, how do you deal with this kind of men? Number 1, get busy with your own dreams. Listen, when you're married to this kind of man, and you realize that he's an independent man, to save your mental health, get busy with your own life goals. You want to go for your masters, you want to go for this, they won't disturb you. Such men will not disturb you. Go for fulfill your own dreams. Number 2, never threaten them. They're not the kind of men you threaten. It's not the kind of man you say, if you don't do this to me, I will not let you enter Jerusalem. Oh. Does not care. If you don't do this for me, I will not cook for you. Doesn't care. It's not the kind you say, if you shake it, I will divorce you. He will look at you like, divorce. He does not give a damn. Don't threaten such men. Don't use all this manipulation with him. The next one, because of time, I'm sorry, I've overshot my time. The traditional man. I call this man the traditional, according to recognize. Okay, yeah, we are back. I'm sorry. So, the traditional man or the cultural man, they are the kind of men who, you see, this kind of men, they love their family, they are very opinionated, they can be protective, they can be very orderly, but they are old school. Some years ago, a sister called me and said, hey, my husband does not say I love you. My husband does not do this for me. I said, when you were cutting, was he doing it? She said, so he can't do it. He's not being wicked. He cannot do it. This is a man who grew up in the town, the local town, who saw how the fathers does things, saw how the uncles does things. And this man can be highly opinionated. They can be very stubborn. There is a way it must be done. They are the kind of men, the wife will say, I want to buy washing machine. And will be like, washing machine for what? You use your hand to wash. They are the ones, the wife will say, I want to buy blender. Hey, blender. What do you use? They are Christians. We have them. In fact, some of you listen to might have married some of them. There was a time when a lot of women were coming to me, oh, I want to buy a washing machine, I want to buy this. My husband said no, and I would teach them what to. I said, listen, you do what I ask you to do. So you are married to a cultural, traditional man. This is what they want. The moment you use this star, the day he says, okay, you can buy it, that very day, quickly go and buy it before he changes his mind. They're the kind of men who will buy a car, they could teach their wives how to drive, but they will not allow him to ride it. Because where they are coming from, women don't do that. Where they are coming from, you don't give too much liberty to your wife. He's trying to reconnect. Yeah, thank God we're back. So they're the kind of men who will not allow, maybe they marry the wife that has NCE. They won't allow her to go for BSc or Masters. And they have their reasons. Because of the things they have seen. The woman should just stay at home. The woman should not be more than this. It is the duty of the woman to just take care of children. No more, no less. They can be strong-willed. They don't know anything about romance. They don't know anything about you're not buying your wife flower, you're not buying pants for your wife. Many of those kind of men, they don't believe in helping their wife at home. They're the kind of husband who believes and married, they sit down, they raise their leg. They don't. Years ago, I had some men call me and say, they were older than me. How do you behave like this? They look at me and say, oh, this woman will disrespect you. This woman will just disrespect you. How will you be helping your wife to cook, helping your wife to wash plate, helping your wife to wash her clothes? This woman will disrespect you. Because where they are coming from, when men begin to do that for the men, they become disrespected. So they are traditional men. Now, if you are gotten married to that man, don't think it's the end of the world, and don't try to change him. You can't change him. So what do? Number one, don't expect too much from him. Let me tell you, don't expect too much from him. You see, all this fantasy, oh, my husband will not carry me, my husband will not open the door for me. He won't. Sorry. Oh, thank God we are back. You see, this kind of men won't do that too. And you are now hitting, you are now putting food in each other's hand. He won't do it. So when you are married to such a man, don't expect too much. He's a good man, he's a provider, is this, but all those extra that women want, he won't do it. Then number two, learn persuasion. You see, if you're going to get anything from this man, learn to persuade him. He's not the one you'll be nagging around. You're nagging. You're on your own. He won't even send you. You're nagging up and down. And what can you're talking all up and down. You just be looking at you. So back at the next is, where's my food? If you like, oh my God. You see, cry and shout. The next thing is meet me in the bedroom. They know the kind one. You don't know. What sort of your boo? I won't even touch you. They don't send. So you don't use agidi with those kinds. You use persuasions. And lastly, you use praises. Learn to praise this kind of. They love to be praised. Imagine that there was a woman, I thought something like that, got up at a very public function, say, hey, man, he did this for me. He ran me. The husband did not do it. Oh, he did that for me. He did this for me. He sent me to school. He helped me take care of the children. He ran me. And the man too sat down there, like Oba, and the honey was I shown though that you don't care, she and all that. And then they got us say, that's how you get them. There was an experience my pastor had. I was so round off, I'm sorry. Shared about a particular man like that. I think a member of the church. The wife offended him. We are not sure what the wife did, and then it became a big issue. And the pastor went there to him. I don't know if you get what I mean. And the pastor was begging and was feeling like a king, And after everything, he accepted the apologies, okay. And then said, Pastor, so what next now is that my wife now have to go to the market. We will go and buy a whole chicken. We'll kill the chicken that I will eat. And Pastor said, fucking. He said, in our town, when a woman offends the husband and the husband forgives her, she will have to go to the market and buy a chicken. For the man will eat it alone. He won't share with anybody, not even the children. And the pastor said, have you forgotten that you are born again? No, sister, go and do it for the sake of peace. So when you have such men, you have to be very careful. No, lastly, because of time, is the man I called. Recently, I was listening to a man and he called this kind of men. The last one I'm going to talk about, he called them gum husband. Gum husband. I used to call them touchy husband. They are the men we call the high libido men. I included this because lately I've been meeting a lot of women who are married to this kind of men. Sometimes some of them could even be pastors. They are the gum husband, high libido men. These are the men that are very romantic. Oh, my sister. Remember, one of the reasons why we're looking at different kinds of husband is the illusion a lot of women have. I'm sorry to use that word. When you see an outside man, you see a man like me, and you feel, I love this kind of man. I like this kind of man until you live with me and you realize some things about me that you don't like. Oh, I like this kind of man. Oh, bro, Joshua Ariyo is a very wonderful man. He's so funny. He's so charming. He's so romantic. Wait until you ask Sister Tony. And she tells you the other side about him that you may not like. It is every one of us. No man is perfect. The best you can get from him is 80. But you see, these kind of men are very romantic. They love touching. They're the kind. Sometimes you see them on social media. I'll soon round off. I'm sorry. I'll soon round off. Sorry. Let me just round off this because of the wind. I'm so sorry for today. The network has been pretty bad. So, and you see, they are the kind of men you see on social media. They're always playing with their wives. They, every time they're in the sitting room, they place their head on their wife's lap. They do this, they do that. They're always going all about with their wives. Anytime they are outside, you see them embracing their men. I mean, the wife. They're always touching, and you like, they say, oh, I love this kind of man. Oh, Jenny Surukoto Badua. Before you begin to pray, Lord, I want this kind of man. Wait and understand the other side of them. You see, this kind of men are loved by so many women. Yeah, I was in a house as I was preparing this message. I remember something. I was in a couple's. I think I was in UK, and this is the wife. You know those kind of men that they are in the kitchen. They'll begin to play with their wife's breast. You understand what I'm saying? And they want to say, no, what to touch our bomb and spank our bomb and all that. And this brother came in, we were all in the kitchen, and did that to the one. They was, bro, I said, I'm sorry, I had to run. You understand? You want that kind of a man until you realize that when you marry those kind of men, they can be choky. This is what I mean. They love touching. They love always being with you, and so they can choke you. So if you are the kind who does not want choking, hey, better pray very well, because these men are wonderful. They always want to touch you. They always want to go to Jerusalem every day. They want sex every time. Sometimes some of them are addicted to it. They can be faithful to you. They won't go about sleeping around. They are believers. They want this thing. Some years ago, a sister told me, said, Pastor me, this thing, I don't know. Is it not sin? He said, my husband, every Sunday, my husband must have sex with me before. Okay, don't let me use that word because I'm on social media. My husband must go to Jerusalem with me before he climbs altar. Any day I don't allow him, the ministration will be boring. But the day I allow him, oh, it will be fire. He said, I hope you see us. I said, okay, session. But my bayi. I've had women come to me and say, sir, this is too much. This is too much. Some years ago, a man is probably watching this now, is a nurse. He brought a case to me. Said, Pastor, you need to. Many years ago, this should be about 15 years ago. He said, I think you need to undo this case. I don't know what to do. And told me, said, this woman brought the woman to me, said, the husband, they are having problem now. The husband wants a divorce because the woman said it is enough. They had been married for about 15 years. And the woman told me, said, sir, for 15 years, you've been having sex every day. You know, when women say every time, sometimes you find that it is 3 times a week, 4 times a week. That's every time. But this one is not about 3 every blessed day. The woman said, even when I'm having my menses. And I looked at her and said, I've been hearing that. I couldn't believe it. And the woman got to say, I'm not doing this anymore. And then problem started. The man wanted this car. The man wanted this. The man chased him out. Chased that out and all that. I've met quite a number. Recently, I've been meeting a number of women complaining the same thing. The husband wants it twice a day. They are addicted. But then listen to me, brothers. It is not normal. Now, for some men listening to me who are like that, they might be like, hey, what is not wrong? Hey, what is wrong? And sometimes pastors encourage this unknowingly because we don't have the details. Oh, anytime your husband wants it, and say yes. You see, let's be humane. Let's be humane. An average woman wants it, not physiologically, an average woman wants it 4-5 times a month. Let me be frank with you. 4-5 times a month. Averagely, an average woman. Now, an average man wants it every day, yes. But let's meet at the middle. You see, when you're married to such a man, it gets to a point, it does not even have any meaning. Kò ní meaning more. It's just sleep and do whatever you want to do. And also lady told me one about her husband some years ago. She said she would just be sleeping. Imagine a woman sound asleep and then suddenly just discovers that somebody is spreading her legs. And before she wakes up, the man is on her. Nothing like romance, nothing like foreplay, nothing like love making. It's just boring. It's just... And guess what? Sometimes this kind of men don't care about how you feel. A lady discussed this with me some years ago. She said, sir, sometimes I'll be crying. The man will be on me, I'll be weeping, crying, and he will not say sorry. So I said, what is wrong with you? Hey, can you say, hey, why you are making me feel bad? The woman every day, and then you wonder why the woman is not responsive. So before you ask for gummy husband, touchy husband, I libido husband, pray very well. So if you're married to this kind of men, what do you do? What do you do? Number one, address it early in the marriage. You see, there is a normal one. When people just get married, every man wants to have, especially if he's a chaste man, is not those kind of brothers who sleep around, has never had it before, kept himself pure, get married. They want to do it 3 times, 4 times a day. When women come to me like that, I said, listen, don't worry, he will soon be tired. Just bear with him. You see, the truth is this. Address those things early in the marriage. This is becoming too much. I know women who tell me their husband will rush down from work. Is at work. And during break, run down home to come and do one short 30 minutes and run back. And it doesn't, and then come back in the evening, still do. The next morning, still. These are the kind of men who don't allow their wives to travel. I've counseled a lot of women like that. Why have you not gone for your master's? I said, my husband knew. Why? He said, I cannot go. That if I go, before I come back, he would have impregnated another woman. A believer, what is wrong with you? I've had cases where we've been trusting God for the fruit of the womb for a family, and then the woman gets pregnant, and every now and then she's having miscarriage. And then you tell the wife, say, look, you tell the wife, madam, bro, you tell the two of them, when you get pregnant the next time, for the next 4 months, don't have anything. And the woman will look and say, that's what has been happening. The woman gets pregnant, you will still want to do it. And you are like, what is wrong with you? So address it early in life, early in the marriage. Number 2, you may have to seek mutual counseling. You see, when you're married to, thank you, thank you so much. So when you're married to this kind of men, you may need to seek counseling. Talk to counselors. Talk to, it may not necessarily be your pastor. Get a mutual counselor. They will be able to address this and say, bro, this thing is not normal. And be able to show you alternative and be able to show you what to do. And lastly, if all that does not work, then my sister then begin to pray for strength. I'm saying this because I've seen people who did not work. Despite all that did not work. And I just tell the woman, madam, until uncle gets to an age where the weapon of mass production stops working, you will have to keep bearing with that. So on that, I'm sorry, I've really taken so much of time. I was expecting, sorry, because of the network and all that. So rounding off on it, the reason why we looked at this is very simple. My darling brothers, sisters, no man is perfect, no husband is perfect. If your husband is meeting 80% of your expectations, which is even real, you have one of the best of men. You want a man that is always at home, then know that you have to sacrifice some things. You want a man that is rich, know that you have to sacrifice some things. You want a man that is a man, then know that you have to sacrifice some things. It may not be romantic. Then you want a man that is emotional, that is caring, that is this. Then know that those kind of men, sometimes you have to be careful not to take them for granted. You want a man that is touchy, that is gum husband. Then know that you need strength and to be able to do 2-3 times a day, every day, including when you're having your menses. So the long and short of it is this: no man is perfect, but there is something common to all men. Every man wants to be appreciated. Every man longs to hear, thank you, I'm grateful. Thank you, Oloworimi, I'm grateful. Thank you, my husband, I'm grateful. It's like cocaine in our body. Try it. praise your husband, no matter how little, even when you are not satisfied. Say thank you. This man is making love to you, spends just 10 seconds, spends just 5 minutes. Say thank you, and later not say, but can you the man gives you 50,000. Esheun, thank you so much, but you see, this thing is not enough. That is what you want to hear. But when it is always complain, you begin to tell him areas is not good enough. One of the things every man hates is when he has reasons to believe that you are comparing him with another man. That man, you will bring the beast out of him, no matter who he is, even if it's your pastor. To you, the other person is your pastor. To us, to your man, is another man with penis. So the man will fight you, and then you'll be wondering, what have I done? Because you've compared him to another man. The moment a man has reasons to believe that there's another man out there you appreciate more than him, another man out there you love more than him, another man out there you believe is more manly more than him, you will bring the beast out of him. So to all my sisters listening to this, whatever the kind of man you have married, just know that this is the kind that I have married. This is the kind that I have married. I can't change him. So what can I do to bring the best out of this marriage while married to this man? And the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Once again, I want to say thank you. So sorry for taking your time and for the network today. I hope you are blessed. I hope you'll be able to help me share this with friends and family. Then you'll have this on my YouTube channel in the next few days too. God bless you. Have a lovely day.